Every year across Kenya, Rwanda, and Uganda, millions of young people need access to youth-friendly and quality HIV and sexual and reproductive health services. Unfortunately, they are often met with a lack of services, and even where services are available, there is a challenge of inaccessibility to these services. The failure to reach young people does come at a price tag. A new UNAIDS study calculated exactly what it costs countries when young people aged 15 to 24 cannot fully access HIV and sexual and reproductive health services at the current levels. The answer? At least $1.2 billion in Kenya, $197 million in Rwanda, and $433 million in Uganda every single year. That's the equivalent of 1.1% of Kenya's GDP, 1.4% of Rwanda's GDP, and 0.9% of Uganda's every single year.
Three issues drive these costs. One, early pregnancy. For example, when an adolescent girl becomes pregnant and drops out of school, she loses an estimated $64,000 in lifetime earnings in Kenya alone. Multiply that by 13,000 girls every year in the country, and the economic loss becomes staggering. Two, HIV. For example, in Uganda, over 19,000 young people, nearly 8 in 10 of them girls and young women, acquire HIV every year. The lifetime cost to society of each new infection runs into over $100,000. Gender-based violence. For example, 35.6% of adolescent girls and young women aged 15 to 24 years had ever experienced physical or sexual violence in Rwanda. The costs in healthcare and justice services are enormous and largely invisible. Behind every dollar, there is a story of a young woman and a young man who could have benefited from the right and more investments. Because these costs are preventable and we know exactly where to invest, keeping girls and boys in school, delivering quality comprehensive sexuality education, making health services youth-friendly, preventing gender-based violence, preventing HIV acquisition. Each of these interventions costs for far less than doing nothing, because inaction is not free. It is costing these countries billions in lost futures and economic growth. What's needed now is the political will